Alright, so you can use clippers if you want. I'm going to use my husband's beard trimmer because it's smaller, it's quieter, it still gets the job done. I have the guard in a 3 on right now. So I tend to go by feel for the most part in the back, and at the end I will check it with my mirror. So I get the sides mostly done, and then I will move to here. Typically go straight back over the top, and I'll start cross-checking up the sides. I'm making sure that I'm going horizontally over the top. I'm going to take my mirror and start checking in the back, looking for any places I potentially missed. The beauty of having a buzz cut is that after it's all bleached, I can go back at the end and I can trim down any pieces that still seem like they are too long. If you hear kiddos laughing, that's my 2-year-old and my 4-year-old. I don't actually clipper any shorter around my ears or at my hairline. It's a personal preference. I just make sure I hit the back from downward and sideways directions, like so. And I just make sure I'm getting any of those longer pieces. The last thing I'll do is I will throw on a number 2 guard, a little bit shorter. And you can see right here where I have cowlicks that want my hair to go down this way and down this way. I just come up and hit those just a little bit shorter, and I find that makes them less noticeable. And I actually don't press this down with the 2 firmly to the skin. I hold it just up enough to where I can tell that I'm trimming off a little bit more hair, but I want this to blend pretty seamlessly, and so I don't push it down to get a really close cut. Okay, so now we're ready to bleach. The first thing I do is I take this ion sensitive scalp protector. It's like a protective oil, and I take that and I put that around my hairline, and I put it on areas of my scalp where I know I can get some irritation for the bleach. So for me, that area is surprisingly right in here and right in there. This will not distort the ability of the bleach to do what we want it to. This just gets down there and it sits like a protective barrier on top of the skin. I'm gonna take it deep in this side as well, down around the hairline. And you'll see once I'm done bleaching that I will have some redness in this area. That is something I get whenever my hair is bleached or colored, and the bleach where the color touches the skin in those areas. Down here at the base of my neck, I'll take it and I'll rub it down in there, so up around my ears. So for my bleach, I use the Clairol Professional Basic White. We use 1 scoop of bleach to 2 scoops of developer, and I use the 30 volume. I will mix them together in my mixing bowl. So you will need a mixing brush and a non-metal bowl. When you're doing this yourself at home, whenever you're working with the actual bleach or hair dyeing products, you're going to want to have the room very well ventilated. So have the fan on, have the door open, have the window open. Last thing I'll do is I'm going to take some more of that ion sensitive scalp protector, and I'm going to pour about 1/3 to a half of this little bottle in here as well, just to boost its protective qualities in the bleach. Again, this doesn't distort what the bleach does at all. It just helps protect the scalp from burns and irritation. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply the bleach. I start at the top of my head. I find that the top of my head is the area that's going to hold the brassiness. It's just for me personally. So I will start the bleach there on the top of my head, and I'm gonna start brushing it and dragging it forward. If you go back the other way and you pull it like this, your hair is going to scatter those micro droplets of bleach that could land on your clothes, in your eyes, on your skin. I'm gonna paint forward, and I'm making sure that I'm really getting it all the way down to the scalp. At the very end, I will actually go over it with my hand, just pushing down and making sure that with my fingers I'm telling that all of those hairs are saturated, and then I of course will wash my hands. So next I'm going to take it to the back, and I'm just going to start dragging it again with the way that the hair goes. So I'll get that pretty well saturated from feel, and then I'm going to check in my mirror again, my handheld mirror, to make sure that all of the areas are covered and coated. Okay, so now I'm going on the sides, the area that needs the least amount of time and saturation for me personally. Again, dragging it with the way the hair is going. Then I will typically come back to the top and slap a really nice thick layer on the entire top and the entire back. Over that cowlick that I know I have, I'll make sure that I'm taking the bleach in all directions to really saturate that area. What I'm gonna do now is just take my fingers and just work that bleach, just actually feeling with my hands every area of my hair, just making sure everything feels really saturated, really smooth down. I'll kind of work a little bit on the top there and then bring it forward again nice and flat. So I'm going to take a damp washcloth, and I'm going to take any excess bleach product. I'm going to take it off of the top of my ears, off of my hairline, off the back of my ears. I don't want to have any additional product sitting on my skin. And take my developing cap and will stick that over my head. You do not have to use one of these. I find that it really helps with the bleach not drying out. I'm going to let this process typically for about 35 minutes, and then I will check it. I want it to look as white as possible without my skin feeling like it's irritating. If you are going to be using a toner after this, I would say wait till your hair turns a really nice light banana yellow, and then go ahead, rinse, dry, do the toner. I have not had any success personally using a toner that turns out well on my bleached Buzzcut. So I have used nearly every color and tone of Wella toners and then the Ion toners. I actually really love the Ion toners for longer hair. Wella and Ion you can get at Sally Beauty. They're super affordable. Ideally what I would want in a toner would be one to give me more of the very white look. So I've tried Snow Cap by Ion, Platinum Lace by Ion, pretty much all of the Ion and many of the Wellas, and I always find that without fail, every single one of them turns my Buzzcut gray or like a purpley gray, dull, really cool tone. When I had really long blonde hair, I was all about that gray tone, as gray and as cool ash blonde as I could get it, the better. On the Buzzcut, I actually find that I would rather forego the toner and have a little bit of a bleachy yellow show, and then just use a purple shampoo to help it be as toned down as possible. So I'm not going to be using a toner in this process. So we have about 35 minutes on the clock here. I'm going to take off my processing cap and I'm going to just start looking and seeing what my hair looks like. Again, like I was saying, the really light banana yellow is typically what you're going for, to know that it's lightened enough to where a toner would take it the rest of the way. I'm not using a toner, so I really want to make sure that nothing looks too yellow for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give this about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and wash out the color at that point. Okay, so here is the finished product. I washed out the bleach and then washed my hair with my Shimmer Lights shampoo. And it's a little bit damp now. It is just towel dried. So this is the finished result. Do a turn here so you can see all sides. As you can see, it's really not brassy yellow. We do have a nice, really light blonde tone to it. You can see I do have a little bit of redness up around here on my hairline. Really nothing too bad. Within a couple hours, it will be gone. I typically bleach and cut my hair like this about every 2 to 3 weeks. Right now, I'm really enjoying having a little bit of length with that 3 guard. Sometimes I go much shorter and I have to bleach about once a week, but right now this is what I am enjoying. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments about the process, please leave them below. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Like this video so I know you enjoyed it. I will link all the products to everything that I used in the bottom bar below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.